Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I remember when I was much younger, actually maybe I was 12, 13, when my father said that the mark of an intelligent or a good organism is adaptability. So I have to adapt. So because I'm very smart, I have to adapt. I have no air conditioning and it's very freaking hot here. So I'm gonna wear like this, no watch, no rings, no nothing, because it's very hot. No air conditioning. It took a shit last night, so hey, we're gonna live like we used to. No problem. Good to go. What's going on here? Well. Haven't I told you that these guys or those guys are preparing you to fight the Russians? They're getting closer. They're getting closer to mobilize you to fight the Russians. I said that about the French, I said about the Germans, I said about the Brits. That's going to happen. And the Americans will stay far away, and after the Europeans screw themselves again, they're going to come and build it with their contractors. So what's going on here? We have a German expert, and the German expert wants almost 1 million reservists, German reservists, to go and get ready for Putin to attack. When Putin attacks, Germany is prepared, okay? Because we know that Putin's goal is to conquer and subjugate and enslave the West. That's how the story goes. Now, if you're a baboon, you need a few hundreds of generations to evolve into a and say, hey, that's bullshit. Where's the evidence? Why don't you go to the chalkboard over there and, just draw a diagram proving that Putin is the one moving west and not NATO? They attacked unprovoked Ukraine. Really? Who was in Ukraine? NATO? Okay. Let me show you this article. I have actually two articles, one from DPA International, the other one from Sputnik. And this is the title: German defense expert urges army to recruit 900,000 reservists. Now, when they say an expert or an analyst or someone, don't take it to heart just because they say it's an expert, okay? Because you don't know, maybe you might be more of an expert than the expert they say. And this expert is a German lawmaker. That means an elected official. You don't have to be an expert. All right? Look at the US Congress, or you look at the US government and see a few experts over there and see how great they are. For instance, look at Yellen, the Zelensky-Stein Secretary of Treasury of the United States of America. See how expert she is. Or maybe you want to look at Jared Kushner. He was called the Senior Middle East advisor. What fuck experience he had in building buildings? Really, anyway, we know which one he has, the circumcision. Anyway, so that's him. I can give you many examples. You can go to look at Blinkenstein, the same. Listen to the guy talk, and then you realize that he's not an expert. How in the hell he is a foreign minister? On the other hand, you got, for instance, Lavrov, expert. Look at Zsiarto of Hungary, expert. Look at Dr. Jaishankar of India, expert. Look at Wang Yi of China, expert. Hey, these are all the bad dudes. What are we gonna do? Oh, maybe their system somehow brings people that should be in the position, unlike here. Now, what do we have? Let me show you this little face, because it's the same garbage that was against Russia from the very beginning, and this is someone Zimmerman, right here. You see that person? I don't know what that person is. That organism. You figured it out. Now, let me give you a little something that I gave you many times before. Romanians have many sayings. And one of these sayings, some of them are very insightful. I would say most of them. And you learn them in school, like proverbs. Proverbs, or just sayings from the vast Romanian knowledge, how do you call it? Traditional knowledge. So we have like this. I've been taught this since I was in the first grade. I remember when I've been told that beauty over character is seen on people's face. Did I try? I tried. Did I? Anyway, and they also said intelligence is seen on the face of the people. Instead of a bad person will be I should just say, okay? Or I'm trying to fool you, but I can't. Anyway, No intention, just kidding. So that's what the Romanians say. The intelligence and beauty could see in someone's face. What do you see here? What do you see here? Any of what I said? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't see that. Now, I don't know how that person used to be when she was younger, but the way she wears her hair right now, Elvis could be, I don't know, jealous on that pompadour or whatever she's got. Or anyway, she's very dry. Now, nothing against dry fuck, which some people enjoy. But anyway, let's move on. Why do we talk about this all the time? Is it because something is missing, or is it just an obsession? Part of life, my friends. Okay, let's move to this article. The chairwoman of the Defense Committee in the German Parliament, Marie-Agnes Strack-Zimmermann, has called for the recruitment of 900,000 German reservists in light of Russia's belligerent stance under President Vladimir Putin. So if you have a victim who's being raped and she hits back, that person is belligerent. All right, you say, well, don't give me the Putin is a victim. Okay, well, where is Putin or the Russians fighting? Oh yeah, it's just the beginning. Where exactly? In East Ukraine. Why are they fighting in East Ukraine? Who is in Ukraine? NATO is in Ukraine. Not officially, it's not part of NATO, but in 2008 they said it will be. So why would Russians want that? Why would they want that? Nothing illegal about that. I will explain. Now, this is what this garbage says, and I'm quoting. Putin is training his people for war and positioning them against the West. Dot, point, period, like the menstruation period. Now, let's unpack that. Putin is training his people. She's an expert, right? What kind of people? All of them? So you see, already she's not an expert, because experts are very clear, concise in their semantics, in their words. They will say Putin is training his army, but his people, that tells me all his people, all the Russians are his people, and positioning them against the West. Okay, who moved towards Russia? Now, if you have an enemy, you go to inside problems, like create problems. No, you stay away from it as much as you can. And let me give you an example. It is not illegal to go at 11 p.m. on a Friday after all the garbage, happened the whole week and people got their checks, to go to a bar in a very, very bad neighborhood. Not illegal. And you go with a beautiful woman. What do you think could possibly, most likely happen? Exactly. You get a bloody nose, or even worse, and she might get a little loving. Now, you want to avoid that? It's not illegal to go. Would you go, or you would be smart? I think it would be smart. No, NATO somehow was not smart. Say, we're going to move towards this bad guy called Putin, and then when Putin attacks us unprovoked, we're going to play the victim and say, see, he wants to move towards the West. When the West moved towards the East, at least 1,000 kilometers after 1991 with the expansion of NATO. Remember, they broke their gentleman agreement or promise. That's why don't trust those guys. So there she is. She says that he's training his people. All right, we must therefore, she says, based on the first statement, which is Putin training his people and positioning them against the West, that is the statement. That means no, I disagree with that. You go to the chalkboard, write the diagram, and prove to me that's exactly what Putin does. And that's his goal. No, she builds on a statement that is not a, how should I put it, acceptable or accepted statement. Like say, okay, given that I'm smart, I should be in charge. Whoa, hold your horses, Tom Jones. Prove first that you're smart. Well, what do you want to talk about? What do you want me to prove you? I'm going to show you a diploma. Not enough. Open your freaking mouth. That's how you prove. Putin proved what? So she started with the first sentence, and then she says, therefore, on the base statement that is not a true statement, I would say is maybe 5% true, and the 95 she's hiding, says this: we must therefore become capable of defense as quickly as possible with someone else's brothers and sisters, not with her pompadour hairdo. Strack-Zimmermann of the Liberal Free Democrats. There's no such a thing as liberal Democrats. But anyway, you want to go with that? Good for you, all right? Or socialist Democrats. For me, a liberal Democrats nowadays, liberal means freedom, liberty. Liberty. That means less constraints And these are the liberal Democrats, and they're always for bigger government, more control, more... What the hell? Just pay attention. A junior partner in Germany's government coalition told the Funke Media Group in remarks published on Saturday. So she is the expert. Now, let's go to the Russians. Let's go to the Russians, what they say in Sputnik. Senior German lawmaker demands activation of 900,000 reservists amid anti-Russia hysteria. I think that's exactly what it is, and I'm going to show you a Hans, an old guy, older than me, and I'm old. He's ready to do something. Deutschland, Deutschland, über niemals in der Welt. There he is. So that guy's going to fight the Ruskies. It's a crime, and the crime is how do you call it, perpetrated by some people who are in charge of us. And we will be the victims and the Russians. I totally disagree with this proposition. And again, Germany, France, United States of no, Germany, France, and Great Britain are far away from the front, and they don't want to be hit by the Russians. On the other hand, United States of America is further away, and after the Europeans, if they're imbeciles, they will screw themselves up, and then the Americans will come and reconstruct us again with a new Marshall Plan, and they will take all our destroyed industry because we are just warlike creatures. Come on, people, come on. So here she is. Get ready, man. 900 reservists. Are they going to dishume some of them, get them from the Second World War and put them back to fight or something? Because I don't know how the German society is right now. Is it squeaky or I don't think it's because if it be and with balls will not have American troops on its territory, and they will not have a lot of other things, they will have other things. But they're pussified. Most of them, they get their country screwed by accepting people of good quality. Hey, maybe better than them. That's why they're told by Merkel and others. Get ready for war, my friends. You don't think so? These guys are escalating. Look at the trajectory. As I said, you get a ball and you throw it that way, you go bum 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 bum. You see exactly where it's going. It's gonna go to the final. It's the final countdown. You know, Europe, German band. I love it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Hey, let me see if this works this time. Click, click.